Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
That's what's coming. The second T20 International. No change in the venue. Eden Gardens in Kolkata. It will be. Ajay, if the West Indies have to take learnings in, I know Rohit Sharma said he'll also take learnings, but from the West Indies point of view, what's the biggest learning they want to take to change things in game number 2? How to play spin in the middle overs?
Yes, couple of things. I mean, that's one of them. And I think just looking at the first game, one thing is that they need to beef up their bowling a little bit. They want a pure bowler, somebody who can, there's a different mindset. There's an all-rounder's mindset, but you need a pure bowler because you will need wickets. The reason why you don't win even 20 over games in this stage, at least in the last game when you saw, is if they had somebody to pick up a couple of wickets at that stage, when they were 4 down, things could have changed. So that is one learning. And when you learn, if you take that learning and add another bowler, automatically the batting that you have extra that you're not utilizing will be shortened, and they would probably be more responsible. And Ruston Chase could be used. He was great with his bowling, but with his batting, he could be used if you're really in trouble. Not when you're still in a commanding position with 6 guys who can come in there and destroy the opposition bowling attack. So I think these two are the key for me. Otherwise, overnight, it's very difficult to change anything else.
All right, TK. So based on that and what we feel here, if we have a look at the West Indies squad, one is, of course, you could take Ruston Chase and maybe push him down the order. Anyone else you'd like to see from there? Perhaps a bit of wrist spin from Hayden Walsh, maybe an out-and-out bowler like an Alzari Joseph coming in?
We have to understand, I think Jason Holder will be back. From what I hear, he should be back. So that will beef up their bowling straight away. And then if you can bring in a Hayden Walsh at the cost of one of the left-arm spinners, that gives you an option of a wrist spinner as well. It's important that in Calcutta you trust a bit of spin as well. Sometimes it is a wicket which aids a lot of spin. So these are 2 areas that they would be looking at.
Yeah, fair enough. They've got options of 2 players to replace. One is, of course, Akeal Hussain, who they tried up the order with the bat, and Fabian Allen, who's dynamic in the field. So, in fact, is Akeal Hussain. So that's why it's so tempting to always keep them in, because of their fielding skills. But hey, Hayden Walsh too is a gun fielder. So no problems on that count for the West Indies. Rohit Sharma did mention plenty about Team India and just looking to get game time for certain players. Shardul Thakur was one who missed out today. TK, I'll come to you first on Team India there. Plenty of options in the squad if you have a look at that. Any reason to try and push somebody in other than giving them an opportunity?
From what Rohit Sharma said, he said that he wants to win every game. So I think he'll stick to the same 11. Maybe if they win both games, then you'll see a lot of changes like we saw in the ODIs as well. So that's what I expect.
Ajay, you'd concur with that? Again, based on what Rohit said and based on what we feel from the outside?
Yeah, and it's only been 1 game. I mean, even if somebody's had a bad game, and I don't think that anybody's had such a bad game that you need to change. Plus, you have the solid guys right at the top. They are there all the time. 5 and 6 have come back not out. 4 is a guy that is your wicket keeper, and he's going to play the way he plays. So I don't see there any change. With bowling, I think they've only had 1 game each. So if you'd not done well, something had gone wrong, I think the conditions demand another seamer in the side. The game that I saw today, I think the seamers had a lot more purchase than what we saw with especially with the West Indian side. So I think if you were tactically going to add something, I would add another seamer into that side. It's tough to leave a young man who's had a great game to start, given away 17 runs, only picked up a couple of wickets, but I think there's more help for the seamers there.